here's the situation. We've been talking about the 7 battleground states, Arizona 3, Georgia 1 for Trump, less than a point in North Carolina, less than a point in Nevada, and then along your Great Lake battleground states, less than a point lead for Harris in Pennsylvania, less than a point in Wisconsin, less than a point in Michigan. And if, of course, you put it, this is how tight it is. If you put the polls to the electoral map, Kamala Harris carries these Great Lake battleground states despite losing all of the Sunbelt battleground states. I'm coming to John's side of the screen. You get to 270 electoral votes. That is as tight as it can possibly be, Mr. Berman. And if you look it up historically speaking, and I basically took the poll leaders' electoral votes based upon the polls at the end of each campaign, right now 270 in 2024, that is the tightest that the polls have ever been projected on the electoral map, even tighter than 2000 when Al Gore was projected to get 281 electoral votes since 1972. The bottom line is, Mr. Berman, it is historically tight at the end of this campaign.
All right. And the point, though, that you keep making, Harry, and it's such an important point to make here. Everyone says the race is tied, the race is tied. It very well may be. Yeah. But that doesn't mean there's not a possibility, maybe even a big possibility, maybe even a majority possibility that one candidate wins by a lot.
That's exactly right. So, you know, if you were basically to model this out, as a bunch of folks do, will the 2024 winner get 300-plus electoral votes? A majority chance of yes, they will get at least 300 electoral votes, a relative blowout in today's day and age. The minority is at 40% no that the winner will get less than 300 electoral votes. How the heck is that possible? Well, essentially, if you look back at swing state polling averages since 1972, the average error in the swing states is 3.4 points. And of course, all of the 7 closest battleground states are within 3 points. So if you get an average error and it all goes in one direction, well then, lo and behold, you will in fact get a blowout in the Electoral College of the winner getting at least 300 electoral votes.
All right, what does that look like?
What does that look like? Well, if the margin of error benefits Kamala Harris, you get an average poll miss, it benefits Kamala Harris. Of course, she wins all these Great Lake battleground states, but she also wins down in the Southeast, and she wins in the Southwest as well. She gets up to 319 electoral votes, a huge, big blowout by today's standards. Of course, it could go in the other direction. If the polling error benefits Donald Trump, he actually wins all these Great Lake battleground states. He wins in the Southeast, and of course, he wins in the Southwest, and he gets up to 312 electoral votes. The bottom line is this. I've been coming to you day after day after day with numbers. The only takeaway at this point, it's historically tight, but basically any scenario is on the table.
Because one tilt one way or the other. Trump could do better than he did in 2016.
Correct.
But tilts the other way. Harris could do better than Joe Biden did.
Exactly right.
All right. So buckle up.
Buckle up, put the seatbelt on. We're going to be in this ride, perhaps for a while, but maybe not.